Virgo, listen carefully. September 12th is not just another date, it is a spiritual trap. The universe has marked this day with 3 karmic attacks that will test your soul at the deepest level. If you fall into them, your destiny could be delayed, blocked, even chained until the year 2033. But if you recognize these traps and rise above them, you will break cycles that have held you for lifetimes. This is not ordinary energy. This is a battle for your future. You may feel the pressure rising, sudden tension in relationships, or hidden fears resurfacing. That's not coincidence. That's the universe setting the stage for your test. The truth is, Virgo, your soul chose this moment. You were built for this. These karmic attacks are not here to destroy you. They are here to reveal your power. Stay with me until the very end, because I am going to expose each trap, step by step, and reveal exactly how you can escape them. If you pass this test, the doorway to your destiny swings wide open. September 12th is the trap, but it can also be your greatest awakening. Virgo, let's go deeper. You are not just any sign. You are one of the most sensitive to hidden energies. You feel things others ignore. You sense the shadows before they even show themselves. On September 12th, this sensitivity becomes both your greatest strength and your greatest test. Why? Because the energy on this day will not come at you directly. It will come through illusions, karmic chains, and unseen enemies. Things will look ordinary on the surface, but underneath, something is shifting. You may feel a strange heaviness in the air, a sudden wave of doubt, or the subtle energy of people pulling at your light. Virgo, this isn't just astrology. This is a battle for your destiny. The universe has aligned this date to expose where you still carry fear, where you still allow others to drain your power, where you still fall for lies wrapped in pretty packages. This is not about punishment. It is about proof. The question is, are you ready to rise, or will you repeat the cycle? Think of shadows. They are not real, yet they look so convincing. September 12th will bring shadow illusions that try to trick your mind into believing the worst. Old doubts will whisper, "You're not good enough. You're not ready." That voice is not truth. It is the echo of your karmic past trying to chain you again. Unseen enemies may appear too. Someone may suddenly act cold, throw a sharp word, or attempt to manipulate your emotions. These people are only messengers. They are instruments of the test, carriers of energy that was sent to see if you still bend, still break, or if you stand tall. Virgo, you must remember, this is not about them. This is about you versus your patterns. Every illusion, every shadow, every karmic chain is a mirror. They want you to fall into reaction. They want you to lose patience, to overthink, to spiral back into doubt. But if you keep your center, you will break their power instantly. The tension may come in waves. You might feel pulled between two choices: step into the unknown or retreat into old comfort zones. That's the cycle. That's the trap. The energy is testing whether you will repeat what is safe but stagnant, or step into what is uncomfortable but destined. Virgo, understand this. September 12th is a battlefield of the unseen. You won't always see the attack with your physical eyes. You'll feel it in your body, in your spirit, in the atmosphere. Sudden exhaustion, strange irritations, or emotional heaviness are all signs the karmic energy is at play. The universe is not against you. It is for you. These traps are designed to make you stronger. Each one asks, will you trust your intuition, or will you believe the illusion? Will you break the chain, or will you let it tighten around you? Remember, Virgo, illusions only have power if you believe them. Shadows cannot hurt you unless you mistake them for reality. Unseen enemies cannot stop you unless you give them your energy. Karmic chains cannot bind you unless you agree to wear them. That's why this moment is so powerful. On September 12th, you will be given the chance to see through the illusion, to call the shadows bluff, and to choose freedom over fear. This is the suspense the universe has written into your path. This is the stage set for your karmic test. And the moment you recognize it, you already begin to win. Because awareness is your shield, Virgo. Awareness is your weapon. You are not walking blind into this. You are walking with vision. And that vision is what separates the ones who get trapped from the ones who rise. Virgo, here comes the first karmic attack you need to be prepared for. The most deceptive, the most personal, and the most painful. I call it the mirror trap. On September 12th, you may notice that someone suddenly shows up to challenge your worth. It could be a close friend. It could be an old enemy. It could even be a stranger who crosses your path with words that sting like poison. But hear me, this is not about them. This is about you. The mirror trap is designed to reflect your deepest insecurities back at you. The universe is holding up a mirror, showing you the wounds you still carry inside. And sometimes, the people around you become the actors chosen to deliver the lines that strike those wounds. You might hear criticism, words like, "You're not good enough," "You're not ready," "You'll never succeed." You might face lies, gossip, or manipulation. And because you're a Virgo, so deeply sensitive, so deeply caring, those words cut deeper than anyone realizes. But Virgo, this is the test. Will you let those words define you, or will you see through the mirror? The danger of this trap is not in what's said. The danger is in how you react. If you react with anger, you get pulled into conflict. If you react with self-doubt, you chain yourself back to old patterns. If you allow the reflection to trick you into believing it's real, the trap wins. But here's the truth. The mirror is not your enemy, it is your teacher. Every insult, every judgment, every shadow thrown at you is showing you where you still carry unhealed energy. The mirror is not revealing them, it is revealing you. This is why the karmic energy feels so sharp. It knows exactly where to strike. It knows your soft spots, the areas you still question yourself, the fears that whisper when no one is listening. That's why the mirror trap is so dangerous. It doesn't come from outside, it comes from inside. Imagine this, Virgo. You're walking into September 12th with hope, with vision, with faith. And suddenly, someone close to you says something cruel. Maybe they mock your dreams. Maybe they dismiss your feelings. Maybe they twist your truth into a lie. Your first instinct will be to defend, to argue, to prove yourself. But that's exactly how the trap catches you. Because the mirror doesn't care about truth or lies, it only cares about your reaction. If it can make you abandon your peace, if it can make you forget your worth, if it can pull you into anger or despair, then it has won. But listen carefully. If you pause, if you take a breath, if you remember that this is not about them, this is about the energy moving through them, then you break the cycle. Virgo, this is the lesson. Do not fight the reflection. Do not get lost in the words. Instead, see the deeper truth. This is my insecurity showing up. This is my karmic wound asking to be healed. Let me give you examples. On this day, you may hear things like, "You'll never be successful." The mirror is testing whether you secretly believe that. You're too much, too sensitive, too difficult. The mirror is testing whether you accept your true nature, or whether you still shrink yourself for others. You always fail. You always let people down. The mirror is testing whether you are stuck in the past, or whether you've claimed your growth. Virgo, every cruel word is not truth. It is an echo, a reflection, and you get to decide whether to take it in or to let it go. The power here is not to react. Silence is power. Calmness is strength. You do not need to argue. You do not need to prove. You do not need to defend. When you remain calm in the face of the mirror, the reflection fades, the test ends, the trap dissolves. This is the karmic pattern. The mirror has followed you through lifetimes. Again and again, you've fallen into the trap of believing others' words over your own inner truth. Again and again, you've reacted, fought, defended, spiraled, and each time the karmic chain grew tighter. But now, the universe is giving you the chance to break it. On September 12th, when the mirror appears, you will have the awareness to say, "I see you, but you do not control me, Virgo." Imagine what happens when you no longer react to criticism. Imagine the freedom when manipulation no longer works on you. Imagine the strength when lies bounce off you like stones hitting a mountain. That is what this day is offering you, the chance to become unshakable. The mirror trap is powerful, yes, but so are you. And this time, you walk into the test with awareness. Awareness is the key. When you know the trap is there, you cannot be fooled. So remember, when someone challenges your worth, do not answer with anger. When someone attacks your dreams, do not answer with doubt. When someone throws shadows at you, do not answer with fear. Instead, stand still, see the reflection, and let it pass. Because Virgo, the truth is this: no one can define your worth but you. No one can block your destiny but you. No karmic trap has power over a soul that chooses awareness. The mirror may try to chain you, but you hold the key. And on September 12th, if you choose calm, silence, and truth, you break the karmic cycle once and for all. Virgo, hear me clearly. The mirror trap is not here to destroy you. It is here to reveal the final pieces of your healing. It is here to test whether you will believe the illusion or the truth. It is here to see if you will finally say, "I know who I am. I know my worth." And no reflection can change that past this test, and the karmic mirror shatters. And what's left is your true reflection, your higher self, your divine power, your unshakable light. Virgo, now we come to the second karmic attack, and this one is the most seductive. It doesn't come at you with shadows. It doesn't come at you with insults. It comes dressed in gold, wrapped in beauty, shining like the very thing you've been praying for. I call it the illusion of opportunity. On September 12th, you may suddenly be offered something that looks like the answer to your prayers. It could be money, it could be a career chance, it could be recognition, or even love. It will look like a doorway to your destiny, but in truth, it's a trap designed to drain you. The devil doesn't always arrive with horns, Virgo. The devil often appears wearing a mask of light. That's why this trap is so dangerous. It doesn't come as your enemy. It comes as your dream. Picture this. You've been struggling, waiting for a breakthrough. Suddenly, someone offers you a can't-miss opportunity. It might be an investment, a partnership, or a relationship that feels like fate. At first, your heart races. You think, finally, my blessing has arrived. But underneath, something feels off. Something in your gut whispers, be careful. That whisper is your protection. That whisper is your intuition trying to save you. The illusion works because it preys on your desperation. If you've been longing for love, it will show up as a person who seems perfect, but they drain your spirit, waste your time, or use your heart. If you've been longing for money, it will show up as a quick fix, a glittering promise of wealth, but the fine print is full of lies. If you've been longing for recognition, it will show up as flattery, but in the end, it's manipulation to pull you into someone else's plan. Virgo, hear this truth. If it feels too good to be true, it is. The universe is testing whether you will trust your higher self, or whether you will chase after illusions. This is why your intuition is so important on this day. Logic may tell you it's perfect. Desire may tell you to grab it quickly. But your soul, your inner voice, will always reveal the truth. This is not to say every opportunity is fake. Number. The universe does send blessings, but the difference is clear. A real blessing feels peaceful. A false blessing feels urgent. A real blessing aligns with your soul. A false blessing demands you compromise your spirit. Let me give you examples. A new connection may shower you with attention, saying all the right things. But when you step back, you realize they're pulling you into chaos, not love. That's the illusion. A business deal may look like fast money, but your body feels tense. Your gut feels uneasy. That's the illusion. A so-called friend may offer to help you achieve your dreams, but only if you betray your values or give up your boundaries. That's the illusion. The devil's trick is not to attack you. It is to seduce you, to lure you in with the very thing you want most, only to trap you in energy-draining cycles. And Virgo, you are so giving, so hard-working, so hungry for progress, that this trap is especially tempting for you. You want to grow, you want to succeed, you want to love and be loved. So when the shiny opportunity appears, it feels like the moment you've been waiting for. But that's the test. The universe is asking, will you trust what glitters, or will you trust your soul? The key is discernment. Not every open door is meant for you. Some doors are distractions designed to lead you off your true path. Some doors lead to cages, not freedom. On September 12th, if an opportunity appears out of nowhere, pause. Don't say yes right away. Don't let urgency push you. Sit with it. Pray on it. Feel it in your body. If peace follows, it's real. If unease grows, it's false. Remember, Virgo, trust your intuition, not your desperation. Your soul already knows the difference. But the illusion works when you ignore that inner voice. If you walk away from the illusion, you pass the test. You show the universe that you no longer settle for false promises. You prove that you are ready for the real thing, the blessing that doesn't drain you, but uplifts you. This is what breaking karmic chains looks like. In the past, you may have fallen for the mask. You may have said yes to people who looked perfect, but betrayed you. You may have invested in chances that left you empty. You may have given your energy to false lights, thinking they were your destiny. But now, with awareness, you don't repeat that cycle. You pause, you listen, you choose truth. Virgo, the power is this. When you walk away from the false, you make space for the true. When you refuse the illusion, you signal to the universe, I am ready for the real blessing. I am ready for the opportunity aligned with my soul. That is why this trap is so important. The illusion of opportunity is not about loss. It is about discernment. It is about proving that you can see beyond the glitter and choose what is real. So on September 12th, when something too perfect, too sudden, too glittering appears, don't rush. Don't grab it out of fear that nothing better will come. Remember, the real blessing is never rushed. The real blessing never demands you betray your spirit. The real blessing will always feel aligned, calm, and divinely timed. Virgo, let these words echo in your heart. Not every open door is your destiny. Some doors are traps. If it doesn't align with your soul, walk away. Because once you master this trap, no false light can ever fool you again. And that means every step forward will be real, every blessing genuine, every opportunity aligned with your highest path. This is how you break free from the illusion. This is how you pass the second karmic test, Virgo. Now we step into the third karmic attack. And this one is the most dangerous of all, because it doesn't come from outside of you. It rises within. I call it the emotional storm. On September 12th, the energy around you may suddenly shift into chaos. You may notice tension building in your environment for no clear reason. Words will feel sharper, emotions heavier, and patience thinner. This is not an accident. This is the storm rising. The emotional storm shows up in arguments, in drama, in sudden explosions of energy that feel out of control. A loved one may lash out. A co-worker may push your buttons. Even strangers could stir irritation within you. The purpose of this storm is simple: to trigger you into self-sabotage. Virgo, this is the karmic pattern you must watch carefully. When the storm comes, your old self wants to fight back, to defend, to react. You may feel the urge to shout words you'll regret, to slam a door, to walk away in anger, or to shut down completely. And the moment you give in, the trap closes. Why? Because the emotional storm is not about the situation, it's about your reaction. The universe is asking, will Virgo be ruled by emotion, or will Virgo master emotion? Think of it like lightning. A flash of drama hits, and if you catch it, you become electrified by chaos. But if you ground yourself, if you refuse to fuel it, the lightning fades. This karmic trap works by pulling you into battles that don't even matter. It wants you to waste your precious energy in conflict, to lose your balance, to say things that wound relationships, and to spiral into regret. That's why it is so dangerous. It costs you peace, it costs you clarity, and it can cost you connections that are valuable to your soul path. Virgo, you are a healer, a perfectionist, a truth seeker. You want everything in harmony. And when things fall into chaos, it cuts you deeply. But this is the very test. You must learn to stand still in the storm. Picture this. It's September 12th. You wake up already feeling tension in the air. Maybe your family is stressed. Maybe your phone brings unexpected bad news. Maybe your work environment feels hostile. At first, you brush it off. But by midday, the storm has grown louder. Someone says something cruel. Someone questions your decisions. Someone throws chaos into your calm. Suddenly, you feel the fire rising. Your chest tightens. Words sit on your tongue, ready to be unleashed. And in that very moment, the karmic trap waits. If you explode, if you attack, if you let your emotions lead, you feed the storm. You chain yourself back to the cycle. But if you pause, if you breathe, if you respond with silence and patience, the storm loses all its power. This is the secret, Virgo. Storms only survive if you fuel them. Arguments need reaction, drama needs attention, chaos needs participants. The moment you refuse to participate, the storm begins to dissolve. That's why your greatest power in this test is silence. Silence is not weakness. Silence is power. It says, I see the storm, but I will not step into it. And your second weapon is patience. When the storm is raging, patience allows you to see beyond the moment. Patience whispers, this too shall pass. This chaos is temporary. My destiny is eternal, Virgo. The emotional storm is karmic because it has trapped you many times before. Think back. How many times have you spoken in anger, only to regret it later? How many times have you shut down emotionally, blocking love that was trying to reach you? How many times have you let one argument destroy days, weeks, even years of progress? That is the trap. And now, on September 12th, the universe is giving you the chance to break it once and for all. The storm will come. That is certain. But how you respond will decide everything. If you pass this test, something powerful happens. The chains of emotional reaction break. The cycle of self-sabotage ends, and you step into a new version of yourself, one who cannot be shaken by chaos, one who stands calm when the world around you is falling apart. This is your elevation. Remember, Virgo, storms are illusions. They feel powerful, but they always pass. The thunder may be loud, but it cannot harm you. The lightning may be blinding, but it disappears in seconds. The rain may pour, but the sun always returns. Your task is not to control the storm, it is to control yourself within the storm. So when the voices rise, stay calm. When the chaos erupts, breathe. When the drama knocks at your door, choose silence. When anger calls your name, choose patience. Because when you master this, Virgo, nothing in this world can control you. You become untouchable, unshakable, unstoppable. This is why the emotional storm is the most dangerous and the most important test. Because once you conquer it, you conquer yourself. And when you conquer yourself, no karmic trap can ever hold you again. Virgo, let me tell you something important. These karmic traps you've been walking through, whether it was the distraction, the temptation, or the emotional storm, they are not punishments. They are not here to destroy you. They are illusions, carefully designed by the universe to see if you are ready for the next level of your destiny. You are not being punished, you are being prepared. Every trap you face is like a mirror showing you your old self, the Virgo that once fell for distractions, that once gave in to temptation, that once exploded in storms of emotion. But the universe is asking, will Virgo rise above? Will Virgo finally break free? And here's the truth, you can. You already carry the tools to escape every trap. The first is grounding. When the world shakes around you, your spirit needs an anchor. Virgo, take time to journal your thoughts. Write down what's swirling inside your mind so it no longer controls you. Sit in meditation, even for 5 minutes, and let the noise of the outside world fade. Place your feet on the ground, breathe deeply, and remind yourself, I am safe, I am steady, I am unshakable. Grounding is how you step out of illusion and back into truth. The second way out is trusting your inner voice. The traps of September 12th will try to confuse you with noise, other people's opinions, sudden pressures, emotional manipulation. But your inner compass has never been wrong. That soft whisper inside your heart is the voice of your higher self. When in doubt, stop listening to the crowd and tune in to your soul. Ask yourself, does this choice feel heavy or light? Does it bring peace or tension? The answer will be clear if you dare to listen. The third key is responding with silence. Virgo, not every battle is yours to fight. Not every argument deserves your energy. Not every attack deserves your words. Sometimes, silence is the loudest and strongest response you can give. When you choose silence, you refuse to feed the drama. You starve the storm. You rise above the chaos and protect your peace. Silence is not weakness, it is strategy. And the final way out is patience. Remember this, storms always pass, but destiny always remains. If you can wait without reacting, if you can breathe instead of breaking, if you can choose stillness instead of chaos, you will outlast every illusion sent against you. Virgo, this is your way out. Ground yourself, trust your inner voice, respond with silence, choose patience, and if you pass these 3 tests, the reward is greater than you can imagine. The karmic chains that have bound you for years will finally fall away. The cycles that kept you stuck will end. The confusion will lift and clarity will return. The path forward will open wide before you, shining with the light of destiny. Because that is what this week is really about. It is not about traps, but about transformation. It is about proving to the universe that you are ready, that you are stronger than your old self, that you are prepared to step into the higher calling waiting for you. Virgo, if you pass these tests, you will not only escape the trap, you will unlock your next level of destiny. And once you do, nothing and no one will be able to hold you back again. Virgo, hear me clearly. September 12th is not your downfall. It is your doorway. A spiritual trap has been set, yes, but it is also your greatest opportunity to rise. You are the chosen one to break this karmic cycle. You are the soul strong enough to see through illusions, silence the storm, and walk forward in your true power. If you are ready to claim your destiny, type Virgo fire in the comments right now and let the universe know you are awake. And don't forget, subscribe, Virgo. Your journey doesn't end here. Every week, the universe is sending you new signs, new messages, and new guidance. This is only the beginning.